My name is Simon Marvaez. I've only been a muralist for almost over 2 years. I feel like I learned and discovered many layers of my identity thanks to queer spaces, because those were the first places where I ever felt safe to explore that. When I first moved to San Francisco, I didn't call myself an artist, and I was very curious to see what the life of an artist would be. And I would see, artists painting murals on the streets, and I would be like, wow, what would it be to be someone like that? Or, how does it feel to have this opportunity to be painting these walls in San Francisco, such an iconic city? And then I started meeting these amazing artists that I put on pedestals, and but I would see them far away. And for me to be here today working with them, which I think they are one of the most talented artists in San Francisco, and to call them my friends, and to have the amazing opportunity for them to teach me how to make these kind of projects, it's been truly a blessing. I feel like there is so much celebration in the diversity and inclusion and representation that this mural has.
My name is Darcy Drollinger. I have owned Oasis for 7.5 years. I have been the sole proprietor for 2. I did what most people do, and I would get a gig or get a night in a club or a bar and turn it into a cabaret. And I think, that's a lot of what happened, is trying to find spaces that would just let us do something, and creating a makeshift stage, and, drag performers and what I like to sort of call outsider art, which is the art that kind of pops up and boils up in queer spaces. Those people aren't used to having things set up for them. And so it makes me very satisfied to be able to have that, but to be able to give that and offer that to people. I had seen a number of these artists work around town, and I had longed to do something to the outside of the building. And what's important now is, I don't want to say it's making a stand, but it's both being powerful and vulnerable, because we're putting what's inside outside. I also talked a lot with the artists about making it something that represents not only Oasis, but queer nightlife in San Francisco now. Making a large queer footprint where there wasn't one. It makes me really happy. Let's put more queerness out front, right? Rather than keep it inside.
I'm going to read a little bit about what I want to say, because it is important to me that I get it all in there. We started discussing this mural project about a year ago, and I was working with the Leather and LGBTQ Cultural District. Then the sisters approached me about a separate mural idea, and over time the project grew. Then we set out to ask the 5 artists, and I was blown away when every single one of them said yes, right? Amazing. This marks the first project for Oasis Arts, and I'm thrilled to support more work like this from our thriving community coming out of 2 very dark years. So let's make some art. Yeah! If we live our life just a little more fabulously, if we, like this artwork, expose our true self to the world, we inspire others to be more fabulous, to be more authentic. And when everyone is being a little more fabulous, there is a little less space in their hearts and minds for anger, prejudice, and violence. Social change is possible. We all have the power to inspire every day. So next time you walk out your door, think of this mural and say to yourself, it's showtime!
Yeah! Look at those scissors! All right. So in honor of these fabulous artists, this amazing artwork, and let it last forever, and let us be loud and proud. Thank you, San Francisco. Woo!